quick, I'm gonna just show you guys a simple mono rig setup for Euro nymphing. I did the video for the simple mono rig for streamer fishing, and some of you guys were asking what my setup was for nymphs or if I use the same thing. In that video, I explained that I do use the same thing, but obviously there's slight variances when it comes to nymphing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys right now what the setup is. So basically, I just got backing on here. I think it's just 20-pound backing or 30-pound. It doesn't really matter as long as you're just fishing for like stream trout. And then basically that's just tied straight to, I didn't even measure it. It's probably about, I would say 30 to 50 yards of 20-pound amnesia. And so a lot of people go into like, oh, you need this leader formula. You have to have it, you know, go through these different, like, it's gonna go from this amnesia to this monofilament to next line and like all this cider stuff. So I don't know, I just started doing this, I don't know, probably 2 years ago, and it really is no different than using a leader setup, and it's just less maintenance and easier just to put it on your thing and go, basically. And say you have a piece of the leader that breaks off or something, you ain't gotta mess around with like tying it back together. You basically just, it's super easy to fix. So, you know, 30-pound amnesia, run that all the way up through your eyelets. And then here at the fly end, if I can get my flies in here. So we have the amnesia runs down to a tippet ring, and then from that tippet ring, you're basically just gonna run your leader. For leader, I've explained this in past videos. I just use different pound lines of Berkeley Vanish fluorocarbon. For mainly when I'm nymphing, there are a few variances here and there, but mainly for the most part, I would say 95% of the time I'm using 6-pound fluorocarbon. So you just tie that onto the amnesia from the tippet ring, and then just run that as deep as you think the water that you're nymphing is gonna be. I usually go the deepest part of the river that I think, and then if I'm fishing a more shallow spot, just hold the line up out of the water more, so you ain't gonna keep switching between lines for each depth of water. I run that down to, I believe this is a double surgeon knot. I will correct myself in the video, I can't remember, but so basically that's like your tag, and then I always run basically 2 nymphs, except for sometimes I'll run like 1, but that's gonna, you know, there's the tag nymph, and then run that down to your bottom nymph. I don't know if you guys can see that from here, but it's like, I don't know. Again, people are gonna give you specifics, but to be honest, you just gotta make your best judgment with however deep you think the water is. And if you're confident that you're on the bottom, I mean, you'll know if you're on or near the bottom if you're catching fish. But as you can see, so here, don't be afraid to use split shot either. To me, a lot of people make it blown out of proportion that it's terrible to use it, or that it, I mean, obviously it gives you less feel in the bottom nymph, but to me, I just don't think it's very noticeable, especially if you run it right there. I run it about 2-3 inches up from my bottom fly usually, and so then at least your tag nymph is, you know, fully intact, and then this one, you don't lose much touch with the bottom nymph. But I mean, the reason for the amnesia in the first place is instead of putting cider line into a clear mono leader, I just run the whole line cider. It makes it the entire line. You can see where your entire line is, and you don't have to mess around with tying in leaders to the line. But yeah, for this instance, I'm using split shot. Not always am I using split shot. Sometimes I run like a heavier stonefly on the bottom just to get my tag nymph down further. Even if I don't think the heavier stonefly is going to be the main fly, I'll just run that down just to help instead of using split shot. And a lot of times they'll take the stonefly. I mean, brown trout, especially around here in PA, it's hard for them to resist a good stonefly any time of the year. That's basically it. I mean, if you guys have any questions, just comment, leave a comment, and I'll reply to them. But super simple. You don't have to go through all that leader setup. It just confuses things. I mean, you can if you want, but you know, just basically do whatever you think you're confident in and whatever you've caught fish with. I mean, it all works, but if you want a super simple, you don't want to mess with all that line, this is it right here. Again, leave any comments and I will you know, answer those in whatever questions you guys have. and leave a like on the video for more videos in the future. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some clips up of me fishing here today, and because it wasn't a great day, but I did pick up some fish here and there, so I'll go ahead and throw those in at the end here. Hit the subscribe button, and until next time, peace. Alright guys, so I'm back on the little Juniata. I'm doing the intro a little late because it was raining when I first got here. But basically, I'm in the section that I finished on last time, so I just want to fish this again with a little off color, and the water's up a little bit. You'll see the three fish that I've already caught, so I'll put those in now, and then we're just going to continue on. I'm probably going to get my car and we'll drive to somewhere else on the creek that I can find an open spot, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so just got this guy here. I'm just going to film with the GoPro since it's raining kind of hard, just so I don't ruin my other camera. But this is a look at him here. He took the pheasant tail on top. Sorry for the blotches in the camera. Rain's coming down. We'll go ahead and release him here. I just got that fish before this one, and then this one just took the black stonefly on the bottom. If the rain lets up at some point, I'll show you guys my setup. There he goes. But for now, I'm just gonna keep my main camera tucked away for and just kind of hover over it when I catch something here, and then we'll go from there. Pop off with the tiny one. Alright guys, so we just caught this one on the stonefly again. It stopped raining. River's a little off color. I don't know if it came up a little bit, but I don't think it came up too much. I may have caught this trout the other day when I was here on my last video. I caught him right against that tree again on that far side right there. I don't know if you guys can, like right there. That's where I caught him from again, so I'm gonna go ahead and release him. And then since it's done raining here, I'll go ahead and show you guys my setup. So I'm using the black stonefly. I believe it's size 8. It's all black with like brown and black silly legs, or whatever you want to call those. And then for my top fly, I'm using a size 16. I gotta get that stuff off there, but that's a size 16 pheasant tail. I'm using that because there's sulfurs coming off. Because the river's rising a little bit, that's why I have the stonefly on. I was thought about running 2 16 nymphs for the split shot, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just gonna stick with this because I've already caught 3. So go ahead and get to it here. I'm almost to the top of the run where I left last time I was here 2 days ago. I don't know if I want to go fish the same water that I did that's up above from here or not. I might get my car and just kind of see what's available because I still have some time. I believe it's probably only like 3:33 at most. So I'm gonna fish the rest of this and then we'll check back in. Alright guys, so finally switched spots here. I missed a few out of this deep run here, but I finally hooked up with this guy. I'll show you guys in a second here where from specifically. I'm actually surprised that my nymphs got down deep enough in this hole here, but beautiful fish. I'm gonna snap some pictures of him and then we'll get a GoPro underwater release of him. All right, so I was fishing down there by that rock, and I missed like 2 right here. I set the hook on him, it just wasn't a good enough hook set, and so then I moved up here, and that's pretty deep right there. I've seen it when it's low, but I figured I'd run my nymphs through it. I'm running 2 split shots on it, but apparently it got down deep enough, and I pulled him from like right there, so I'm gonna nymph that some more. I actually didn't know if there was gonna be anything up in there, or if my nymphs were gonna get down deep enough, but apparently they are, so I'm gonna go ahead and nymph that quite a bit more, and then we're gonna head up that way. I moved upstream here to like I've fished this section before in older videos, but to my surprise there was actually no one down here, so I'm sure it was fished earlier this morning, but all the way up from here I think I had it to myself, so we're gonna just stay here for the rest of the day, I believe. I was walking out here and I found this turtle. I'm not a turtle expert, so I don't know what kind that is, but if you know what kind it is, let me know. It's cool, and he's like orange.